Hey WILDR folks, Alicia here. This is the 6-minute mobility I have been doing after paddle training as I train for a 1,000-mile canoe race down the Yukon River. But I think you'll enjoy it after any kind of paddle. Now this one, a little bit specific to canoeing, but I think you'll enjoy it whether you're canoeing or kayaking. All right, let's get you out of here in 6 minutes or less. We're gonna start nice and easy. I want you on your knees, feet up, and we are just gonna tilt the pelvis back until we get a stretch through the front of the hip. We're kind of trying to counteract that seated position that we've been in for a little while. If you want to intensify this one, you can lean back slightly. Make sure you come back to neutral though, because as we lean back, we're using these muscles and we want to relax them. Good. Five more seconds, really squeezing those glutes here. 3, 2, 1. We are now going to come down to the ground. We're going to get more hip extension happening. And what I'm going to get you to do is take one foot and reach it up and as close to the opposite hand as you can, aiming, still keeping your core turned on a little bit, but aiming for a stretch through here. You might even feel it across the midline going up towards that opposite hand. Really taking these slow. We don't have to rush these for the first couple. And then as we're warm, we can turn up the heat a little bit, really feeling like you're contracting your butt and your hamstrings to reach for that hand with the opposite foot. 5 more seconds here. Get a couple more taps in. Good. Now I want you to go into deep hip flexion. So we're looking at like a child's pose type position. And from there, we are going to get a nice stretch on the outside of our body by walking our hands to one side and trying to lengthen the opposite side of the body. So if my hands are to the left, I'm feeling an incredible stretch all the way down my right arm, through my right side of my torso, and I even get it up and into my pelvis here. We're gonna breathe deeply into that side. That's gonna intensify the stretch. Good, and now we're gonna walk over to the other side. Breathing into this one as well. Three, 2, 1. Good, come on up. You could be seated for this one now or just down on the ground like I am. We are going to take our hands and put them underneath our butt no matter how we're seated. And then I want you to follow my directions carefully. We're gonna take one ear towards the opposite shoulder and this hand will be tucked. From there, I want you to turn your chin towards this side as if you're trying to look into a pocket that you have right here. And as that turn happens, you're either going to notice that the stretch intensifies here, or it's going to move and you're going to feel it in your mid-back. Whichever one of those you feel is likely the one you need, but don't feel like you can't search around. It's amazing how a small change in head position can completely change what muscle is most under tension here. And while we're doing this, shoulders stay back and down. That's going to be important. You might even feel this through your pecs as well. All right, we're going to reset. Do it on the second side. So tucking that other hand, my ear goes to my opposite shoulder, and then I turn to look in the pocket. And we're going to take a few breaths here, being mindful to keep that shoulder down. For me, this one was big. At the beginning of my paddling, before I had as much strength, I would really get soreness in between my upper shoulder blades. And so this kind of relaxing movement after the paddle was really helpful for me. Now that I'm stronger, I don't feel it as much. All right, we're gonna finish up by paying attention to our arms. Super important because we are gripping that paddle all day. So shoulders are wide again, feel those pecs. From there, I want you to put hands together and bring them down until you feel a stretch through the front of your hands. Now, if you don't feel the stretch, we can intensify how much flexion we have by moving the hands higher. And then we can play around with exactly where we feel the stretch by rotating those wrists. And if you want to, you can hang out in one position here, or you can prioritize one side by pushing with the other side. But I will do this one like right after I paddle just to stretch out those forearms. Good, and we're gonna make it more intense by putting those hands on the ground and then leaning forward just to feel a stretch here. Don't do this one if you're feeling pain, but just play around with the range of motion that feels like a good stretch, a juicy stretch. Good, now we're gonna actively use those muscles. Since we've been using our grippers all day, we're gonna use our extensors instead. So I want you to just hold your hands, use the other one as resistance, and you're gonna lift up and down 5 times per side. Good, other side. Awesome. All right, I hope this helped with your recovery, and I hope you have a wilder week. I'll talk to you soon.